Hi, my name is Tanya, and I am currently going to be a gastric bypass patient. I just got my approval email yesterday that says that I'm approved. So I wanted to start video blogging and journaling about my experience and what's going on. And a lot of the videos that I have found didn't really talk about the pre-stuff, like what you have to do beforehand. And so I kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit and just kind of give you guys an idea. I started this journey in April, and it's now October. October 13th is when I got my approval. April 9th is when I started. I went to my primary care physician and talked to him because what had happened was I was just constantly in pain. I was aching. My back and my knees were just horrible. I had really bad migraines, and he put me on oxygen because he thought maybe when I did an oximeter test, he saw that I had really low breathing while I was trying to sleep. And he gave me some stuff for my arthritis, which is in my back and my knees, and told me that I would never feel normal and that I would never ever be not in pain every day until I lost weight. And so when I got on the scale, I weighed 340 pounds, and that was my highest weight. So started looking more serious into the surgery. I have been looking at it for about 5 years now. Well, probably longer than that, more about 8. And none of the insurances I have ever carried can actually, would actually approve it. And so the insurance that I have now, I found out did approve it, or would approve it. And so I really just said, okay, this is it. This is my chance to do this. I did look into going to Mexico, and I know it's a good viable option for people, just not for myself, because I do have children and I can't just up and go to Mexico. And I don't think I don't know. People have done it and said it's great, and that's awesome. But for me personally, I was just more hoping that I could get my insurance to cover it. However, if my insurance wouldn't have covered it, come February around tax time, I would definitely have been going to Mexico for the surgery. So once I figured out what my requirements were for my insurance, I scheduled an appointment with my surgeon, and I started on the process, which for my insurance it was 6 months of regulated diet and regular checkups with them. I had an EKG done, which was came out normal. I had a sleep study done, which it turns out I have sleep apnea, so I do have oxygen at night, and I have not used a CPAP, not yet anyways, because I told them I wanted to kind of wait to see. Blood pressure checks and weight checks every month, and then like a slew of different blood panels and things like that, plus a psych evaluation, and meeting with the surgeon and having their orientation, or whatever they call it. So I got all that completed. Besides the diet, I got all that completed in about 3 or 4 weeks, and I kind of rushed everything, which, man, I'm super impatient, so I just kind of always have to do things faster than anybody else and just kind of get things done. So I've been at the mercy of my bariatric center, which is the Bariatric Medicine Institute in Salt Lake City, and they're about an hour away from me, and that's the closest as I can get to that covers my insurance. So I originally wanted the sleeve, but my insurance did not cover the sleeve. They only covered gastric bypass with a band. I wasn't going to go with a band, so I just figured, okay, well, there's a reason that they cover that, not the other. I was disappointed and a little bit shocked because I kind of had my mind made up, but I guess something gets better than nothing. So after my 6 months regulated diet, I've only lost 16 pounds in 6 months, and that is like, hardly any sugars and no soda, nothing like that. And I finally got the approval yesterday, which is amazing. I should be getting my surgery date really soon. I'm hoping within the next couple days. But it is a process. It is really hard to have this like super awesome goal in mind and just have to wait and wait and wait. And unless you're self-pay, you have to wait, and you've got to go through the trials and tribulations of waiting. And for me, it was just frustrating because I felt like I could have done all this paperwork on my own, but I can't because I'm not in charge of everything. So So now that I'm done and I'm pretty much going to get the surgery, I don't know when yet, but it's going to happen. I've started to collect things for the surgery, so like all of my protein shakes and all of my clear liquids and stuff like that, stuff that I know I'm going to need. So I've started kind of stockpiling that, even though I've been told not to do that because I don't need to, because I'm going to eat such a small amount afterwards. It shouldn't be a big deal. But anyways, so my stats are I am 5'7", currently weigh 326 pounds. I am a size 26. My highest weight was 340, and my lowest weight ever in my whole adult life was actually, I think, like 225 or something, around there. After I was 17 when I had my first daughter, and I bounced back. I was 18. Well, I was 17 when I had her, but I turned 18 like a month later. After I had her, I was like 195 pounds, but that was literally like the smallest I'd ever been, and it didn't last very long. I think I went straight up from there to about 250. I averaged 250 for about 5 years, and then I started driving truck recently. Well, it's been 2 years now, but when I started driving truck, I was, I think, 260, and then I went straight up to like 320, and started doing stuff to try to combat that weight, but it just wasn't going to work. So I did lose a little bit, but never enough, and I always gained it back. So having the surgery was kind of just, it's necessary, and I do have a great support system at home. My husband is very supportive, and just wants me to be happy. He just wants me to be complete. He wants me to feel good about myself, and that's a big deal. My kids now understand what's going on, and they're supportive as well. My mom has come around, which is really good. When I got the approval yesterday, I did call my family. I haven't really posted on Facebook very much because it's not like something I want to just openly share. I'm not ashamed of it in any way, but I definitely just kind of want to keep it on my own for right now until it actually happens, and then people will notice that I'm losing weight, obviously. And I'm not going to lie about it, because I don't lie about anything like that. So, but I have told my family, like personally called them and said, hey, this is what's going on, so you're going to notice some changes in me, which is pretty obvious. As far as what I'm going to do after the surgery, I'm just going to stay true to myself and really stick with the diet and stick with everything I need to do. I'm having my farewell dinner tonight, which is awesome. We went down to the butcher shop and got a really nice ribeye steak and some shrimp, and I had some sushi today, and it's going to be awesome tonight. So tomorrow I start my pre-op diet, and everything will be liquids for the next 14 days, and then I'll have surgery after that once they give me my date. I'm super impatient, and they're just trying my patience. So I will have my date roughly, hopefully by tomorrow. And then after that, it's going to be clear liquids, and I know that it's clear liquids afterwards for a week, and then it's soft pureed foods for about 2 weeks, and then you start kind of working your way up to solids, which is a big deal. I am a part of a couple of Facebook groups. If you want to go on there, they're amazing groups. I love them. The first one is Gastric Sleeve 2014 Fall, and then the other one I started, it's Smart Recipes for After Weight Loss Surgery, and I'm an admin for both of those groups, so if you wanted to come on there, that'd be awesome. Everyone in there is super helpful, super positive. Nobody really judges you, and everyone's really understanding, and that's cool, because you need to have groups like that, somewhere to vent to and to talk to and bounce questions off of and stuff like that. Because people that are your family, yeah, they're supporting you, but they have no idea what you're going through. They have no idea what it's like to have liquids for 2 weeks straight. They have no idea what it's like to just feel frustrated all the fucking time. It's ridiculous, some of the things you have to do and go through. But in my life, and like I said, I'm 33. I've never said no to anything. I've always just been like, hey, I'm gonna eat what the fuck I want, because I can, and I don't care. And that mindset has to change now, and that's okay. That's why making this step is okay for me, because literally for 33 years I have done whatever I wanted. I've drank whatever I wanted. I've pushed my body to its max for a very long time, and now it's time to pull in the reins and do the right thing, because it's the right thing for me and for my family. This summer I took my kids to an amusement park, and I fit on most of the rides, not all of them, of course, but most of the rides. And the one that I fit on, we had to push it down really hard across my lap, and when we went up and over the top part of the crest, my daughter saw that I almost fell out because I wasn't strapped in well enough, and I literally almost fell out. And if I hadn't been holding on with my death grip, I would have died on that ride. And while I laughed about it and told her, well, you guys would have been set for life, it really scared the shit out of her. And she started crying, and she was like, please don't ever go on that ride again. She's like, just don't, Mom, please don't, And I'm like, wow, I can't even do things with my family. I live in a really beautiful area, and I have a hiking trail in my backyard, and I've been here for a year, and I have never even been up there. And that's, ridiculous to me. So, I'm doing this so that I can enjoy my life, and I've got my bucket list. Thank you, Lindsay Nolan. I have 100 things I want to do and have and experience once I've lost my weight and got to my goal weight, which is 170. And so for now, I'm excited, I'm ready to go, and it's going to be a fun journey. So I hope that you stay tuned with me, and I hope that you watch these videos with me. I know maybe in a year from now, when I'm making this video, someone's going to start them brand new, and I think that's cool, and I hope that I inspire someone else to do this and to be better. The next time I talk to you guys, I will have either just had the surgery, or maybe a couple days before the surgery while I'm going through my pre-op diet. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope it didn't take too much of your time. I know 12 minutes is a long time. Anyways, so stay tuned and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, and comment whenever you want. Thanks.